Hello and welcome to TRT World, live from Istanbul. I'm Tatiana Anderson. Also ahead on the program.
No Africa policy outlined by the Trump administration. When he took office, he said America first. So observers really didn't objectively expect for him to put Africa first. But Bruce, the last presidential debate is over. Trump went into this behind in the polls. How do you think his performance will impact his numbers moving forward?
Behind in polls? Whose polls?
Well, national polls, an aggregate of national polls.
Well, it depends on which poll you're looking for.
One of the main purposes of President Trump's trip is to get a look at prototypes for his controversial new border wall. And is there any significance to the fact that President Trump really took his decision about the YPG just in the days before Erdogan came to visit him in Washington? Does that mean anything? We heard from the mothers of Black Americans who were killed by gun violence or by police this week at the Democratic National Convention. How important is it to highlight these issues when it comes to the modern-day civil rights struggle?
It is very, very important.
Well, Black people here at the convention are clearly enthusiastic about their candidate and their party. A national poll shows they're the minority. A survey by the Wall Street Journal and Marist show Donald Trump winning 0% of the Black vote in key swing states, Pennsylvania, and right here in Ohio. We're also just learning that May has bilateral meetings set with all of the leaders of the G7 except for President Donald Trump. This is something that the presidential candidates are weighing in about. Hillary Clinton reaching out to the city's mayor and Donald Trump reaching out to the state's governor. This is the message that people have here on the streets. They're very intent on getting that across. All of this happening, though, as state officials are working to get to the bottom of what happened. That is the news for now. Your headlines are up next.
If the office of Marco Rubio can take him out of Puerto Rico and bring him safely to Orlando.
Joanne Chase is a longtime Republican and proud Puerto Rican.
That's President Trump's signature when he was candidate Trump.
She says she jumped aboard the Trump train early when Hispanic supporters for the then candidate were hard to find.
They would look at me like, you're a strange person. How can you be Hispanic and supporting him? And I was trying to explain to them it was because of the basic moral, social values that he was putting forth as far as what I believe is the rule of God and the rule of man. We're going in.
Chase, Lily Ramos Pozadik, and Jose Perez are Hispanic members of Donald Trump's National Diversity Coalition. They all say they stand steadfast with the president.
I will die with the sword. I am not going to be a hypocrite, and I'm not going to skip and jump ship, no.
Even more like-minded supporters packed the White House last week.
This is a celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, right? That's a big deal.
They showed their support even after what Trump said about people from Latin America.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
We will build a great wall along the southern border. Mexico will pay for the wall.
Well, I don't agree with everything the man says. And I go, oh, why did he say that? At the same time, I think he is our best chance of getting this economy kicking on a high gear again.
Trump's way of delivering aid to hurricane-ravaged Puerto Rico.
I hate to tell you, Puerto Rico, but you've thrown our budget a little out of whack.
Or his decision to rescind a program to shield young undocumented immigrants from deportation are still not sticking points for these Hispanics.
The Hispanic community sees that ultimately these things are really will tie into what makes our Hispanic community strong. Faith, family, values, economic stability. I think that they will see that this is a good thing for our country.
Trump won with less than 30% of the Hispanic vote in last year's election. His Latino supporters think he can do better. But what might stand in the way is Trump himself.
Puerto Rico.
Tatiana Anderson.
And we also love Puerto Rico.
TRT World, Washington.